Hey everyone, I'm Ultimate456 here, the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 45. Let's do the Diablo 3 DLC. Alright, here we go. We're going to kill Sadea now. Now the thing that sucks about this is Sadea, I think, is actually quite far. Yeah. So what I'm going to try and do is get to her as quickly as possible, while still killing...
This world can abide you no longer.
Give me this real quick. Go. I wonder... I was trying to think about whether or not... Oh, yes. Treasure Goblin's always good. I haven't actually had too many of them recently. That particular other goblin that we saw, Gilded Baron, was that in the... That was when I was doing the bounty, I can't remember. So there are a few types of goblins. There's Treasure Goblin, he just drops like... He's your regular one, he has a good chance to drop some like decent stuff. There's...
I cannot do that. I must have a corpse.
Gilded Baron, which is, well, gilded means like covered in gold. Oh god, I almost killed me. Yeah, gilded means covered in gold, so, or, yeah, basically covered in gold. And so he has a chance to drop like gold, like a lot more gold. There's another one which has like a really good drop rate of gems, where he just drops a crazy amount of gems. There's another one, there's actually one, and this sounds crazy because it's just so good. There's actually one that drops blood shards, which is amazing. Like, the one that drops blood shards is so good, because what it means is that like you can actually, let's say it drops blood shards and then you fill up, right? You go spend a whole bunch, pick up the rest, and you're good to go. It's like so fun, and you don't even like, all you have to do is kill a little goblin, like that's it. So it's fun when it drops blood shards, and I think there's one that drops something else, but I don't know what it is. If there's an because I obviously haven't played this
to pay for my freedom, I have only my own flesh and
from
blood.
beginning to end. What I mean is like constantly. I stopped playing for a long time. There could be more that I'm not aware of. If there is, I would hope that there's one that like guarantee drops maybe 3 legendaries or something like that. That would be so cool. It was one of the best additions that they made from Diablo 2 actually, because the idea of treasure goblins, or not the idea, but the concept of treasure goblins was not in Diablo 2. Either they didn't think of it, or they just never implemented it. But here, it's like, it's such a great thing, because it's like you're just, you're going through the game, you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, and eventually, I actually got here quite quickly. And eventually, you'll run into something, you run into a treasure goblin, and it gives you, better stuff. So it's really cool to have. Alright, let's kill Sadea. I was also thinking about that skeletal mage thing. It's a good ability to have, but I don't know if it would be... It's really good for bosses, but it's not good for, like, quick clearing.
Why are you trying to... Shh, you will not make me bow to the likes of you.
You will not make me bow to the likes of you. Dead. Okay. Come on. Legendary. Why are you not giving me legendaries? Getting very unlucky with that. But we're going to get another Heroic Cache, and this time I have a feeling we'll get one.
The world is safer now for your efforts. Take this. Go to Westmarch if you are seeking more bounties.
Westmarch? You're supposed to tell me to go to the heavens for the Act 4 one. Come on, seriously? Earth Shatter, got another 25 blood shards, Ariat War Tapestry, Firebrand, and Robes of Ridraldum or whatever. Make sure you use them. So one-handed mace, two-handed axe, and chest armor. That's that one. What else did I get here? Yeah, so we got 3 of each, which is nice. Where's this cell dude? Can you repair? Yeah, you can repair. I wonder if I never actually paid attention to that. He might repair items for less money. Cycle Reaper and Cycle Rage. Get rid of those. One thing I'm not doing is doing the junk thing, which I should be doing. But that's okay. You kind of forget. Alright, so now we're going to do Act 4. We're going to ignore what he said and go to Act 4. Okay, so one of these we have to kill Diablo. So I'm going to try and... Oh, this is a new one too. Realm of something, it said. I wish the tip would tell me something that I'm not aware of. Like some of the new stuff that I missed, but unfortunately... Yes, this is new. Kill enemies in the realm of unbending fate and kill Baragast. Holy crap, you are huge. That's a new height achieved. Anarch. Okay, so we're gonna go over there and just have a look at the rest of this area. This is all new to me, so I want to soak it in. I love when you play a game and you know it's in and out, and then they give you like new DLC. Like, what if they added DLC, or what if they like added something new to Diablo 2? Like, how crazy would that be? How mental would people go? What's this? Oh, what's this? Oh, what's this? Oh, that's cool, or whatever. Like, it never happened, but like, what if it did? Yes, that was pretty good. Oh, don't hurt me. If I was on Torment, that probably would have killed me. Now. Nice. Can you let me go over here? Okay, so far these areas are just slightly new areas. I should have looked at the challenges in the interim between this episode and the previous. I'm actually filming everything. The second part of episode 41 up until this episode has all been in one session. So I want to get a lot done now that I'm like feeling pretty good about games. I'm still not like, I'll be honest, like I'm not 100% back into them yet, but I'm getting very close, which is awesome. Unbending Fate, Pandemonium Fortress. Okay, so this is very similar to Pandemonium, where we were before. Jaywood. I'm sure that's probably a reference. It could be, a lot of the names are references to amazing players of this game, like famous players and developers and all that kind of stuff. I think there's Jay Wilson, like, who was the game designer of this game for quite a long time until he got fired, basically. I felt bad for him because he seemed like a cool dude, and he seemed like he knew what he was doing, but I don't know. There were, I think, a lot of complaints from the fans led to his dismissal, and I don't know. He just seemed like a good dude that needed a bit more direction. He seemed confident. He seemed like he knew what he was doing. It was just that there were a few times where, let's do this cursed event, where he probably just didn't... What? That's all I had to do. Oh, okay, that was one of the quick ones. Alright. It's like a combination of areas. This is so cool. Ah, yeah, they designed this really well. Yeah, so I don't know. Oh, here's another cursed chest. I can't remember the name of the other guy who like took over from Jay Wilson. Go. But, you know, he designed a lot of this, I guess. The ideas for a lot of this, so it's pretty cool. One of the things actually I love about this game, and I don't think I've talked about it, is just how versatile it can be. There's so much room for ideas. If like as a I was gonna say as a game designer, no, not me as a game designer, but I would say that there'd be a lot of game designers out there who would love to work on a game like Diablo, because there is just so much room for stuff to do. It's kind of like Pokemon Go. Like Pokemon Go, even for those who don't play it, the main thing I can tell you is that there is so much that they could do with that game. Like when they brought out the game, the first version of the game was like, we don't, what was it? We don't even have 10% of the ideas, I think is what they said. We don't have 10% of the ideas that we think about for this game. We don't have 10% done. And I'm like, okay, that's good. That's promising. That, you know, shows me you guys are thinking of stuff ahead of time. Oh, I didn't do it? Okay. Must have screwed up, was talking too much. And I still haven't killed Baragast. Let's go over here. You know, we don't even have 10% of the ideas. And I'm like, great, because the game is good, but I can already foresee, like, there's no end game. And really, there still is no end game in it. Like, it's been a year and there's still no end game. So I'm hoping that they figure out how to create an end game. Ooh, this is new. Ah, Urzael Satchel, but I already had it. Okay, so that's the end of that. Let's go to Besieged Tower. I think this is a new one too. Yeah, there's no end game, but there is so much that they could do. Like, what's a good example? Like, for example, someone thought of, hang on a sec, find the portal to the Blighted Sewer. Okay. Yeah, I've never done this. I mean, this is obviously a repeat area, just a lot darker and whatnot, but yeah, I've never done this area. So someone came up with the idea when they were talking about like releasing the legendary birds for Pokemon Go. I mean, even for those who don't know anything about Pokemon, surely you know about the 3 legendary birds: Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos in the first gen. And I didn't realize until, was that a sound from the game? I really hope that was a sound from the game and not like my computer or PlayStation blowing up. I was like, there's some weird thing just then. Hang on a sec. I'll explain what I was saying. Frenzied Shrine. Ah, here we go. Find the portal to the Blighted Sewer. Alright, so here's the portal to the Blighted Sewer. Now what do I gotta do? Cleanse all cursed shrines? Are you kidding me? Ah, that sucks, man. That's hard. Or time consuming. Yeah, the one thing I didn't notice until I was an adult is that the birds are actually 1, 2, and 3 in Spanish. So Articuno, uno, Zapdos, dos, and Moltres, tres.
Not enough.
Which is really cool. Oh wow, look at my bloodthirsty kills. Am I like missing something or? Cleanse all the cursed shrines. Oh, okay. Oops. I think I did that wrong. Can I still do it? I don't think so. Oh my god, I actually might still do it. It's gonna be close. I'm not gonna make it. Damn. Did I hear a goblin? I really hope I heard a goblin. Alright, well, whatever. It's done.
I cannot open this.
What about now? Cool, done. Let's go back. Oh, no, let's not go back. Let's move on to Gardens of Hope, Hellbreeder Nest. Excuse me. Yeah, so they have, yeah, they're the numbers and they're the 3 pretty much most well-known legendary Pokemon, I would assume. Enter the Blessed Channel. Complete the Hellbreeder Nest. Is this Blessed Channel? No. Event. Don't remember doing this event. And someone had an idea, like, well, I'm sure multiple someone's had an idea, but I remember it was, you know, the one that actually said it on the internet. They said like, alright, so here's how we do here's how we do the legendaries. Because they're important, we're not going to just make them, you know, walk around the world and you find a legendary randomly. Like, that's stupid, right? You need to make them special. They're legendaries. So how do we go about doing it? Well, you go with the limits of the game that we had at the time. Basically, you just had Pokestops and gyms. So the way it would work is you'd walk around, you'd get to a Pokestop, which was somewhere on the I'm actually going to do this cursed chest here. The Pokestop was somewhere, you know, nearby you, hopefully, especially if you live in the city area. If you don't live in the city, it's really hard to play the game, unfortunately for rural players. Bang. And you would go to the Pokestop, you'd spin it, and you'd get a few items, so like Pokeballs, potions, all that stuff for like healing your Pokemon after you use them in gym battles. And so what he said was, you know, let's make it so that when you release the legendaries, the Pokestops have a random chance to drop feathers. And you have to collect 3 feathers, and whatever feathers you collect, like, you know, you have a chance to collect any of the feathers for each bird. So like maybe uno feathers, dos feathers, and Aspect of Anguish and Dariel's minion. Cool. Yay, another Paragon level. So you collect 3 feathers, and if you can collect 3 of the same bird's feathers, then you can, you know, you get a message from the, what's his name? I forget. There's like a dude that talks to you at the beginning of the game, and he never appears again. He's like a professor, like Professor Oak from the first game, but I can't remember his name. Is Birch. Oh, hooray! And a gift for, I don't remember that name. Anyway, let me look. Why is it not at the top? I think that's Blackthorn's, but I'll look at it later. So you collect the 3 feathers, and then you get a message from the professor, and he says, "Oh, I've been working on something, and it requires these 3 feathers." So you hand them over to him, and he gives you like a 20-kilometer or 100-kilometer egg, and then you put the egg in the incubator, you walk it, and you get your legendary. It was a decent idea. Such great heights. Cool, new sigil. So, hang on, I got something. Wonder of the High Heavens. I got all of it. Yay! Hang on. I want to see this. Where is it? It's at the bottom of this one. Such great heights. Blessed Chancel or Blessed Channel? Chancel. I read it wrong then. Where was it? Is it on the campaign? It's on the campaign.